This video isn't going to go viral, so I can say whatever I want. I know that some people look at my YouTube subscriber count and feel sorry for me and wonder if I'll ever make it in the music business. I know this because they tell me that in comments. But look, I've got one of these. This is a #1 trophy from the official UK charts company. And I got this because my last album, 1 in 1,000, went to #1 in the official independent albums chart. That's what this is for. So I don't hold that trophy up to brag, merely to point out to you that subscriber numbers, watch numbers, follower numbers, like numbers, all of that stuff that is so easily fixated upon. That stuff doesn't necessarily match up to our achievements on other platforms or in other avenues. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and find out that hundreds of thousands of people now know my name and have things to say about me, my personality, my face, and maybe even the music that I make. And that is fine by me, because while it doesn't always feel amazing, I will admit it, being ignored is actually immensely freeing. Since the beginning of July, I have spent 40 full days sitting just over there at my desk, recording my new album from my home attic studio. It takes a lot of time, care and attention to create a long form piece of work in whatever medium you make stuff in. Over those 40 days, there have been times, many times, where I've sat in that chair and thought, why am I doing this? Who am I to think that whatever I make will be wanted or received well by the world? And they're just the usual kind of inner critic criticisms that I've talked about on this channel before and that I know that many creative people have. So that's fine, that's absolutely expected. But over the course of a long form, intense piece of work, there are inevitably moments where you think you can't get to the end. There's no point getting to the end. You can't do it. And there can be a very real danger that you will agree with this inner voice and stop. I am stubborn as f***, and I have done this a few times completely on my own and a few more times in studios with other engineers. I would love to have more YouTube subscribers. I would love to have more than 200-ish views on a video. Of course I would, because that would mean I would get to spread my message and spread my music a bit further and a bit more widely. I would love that, of course I would. And a couple of weeks ago, when I was ill with the flu or COVID or something, and I was lying on the sofa and I was unable to even sit in that chair to doggedly work away on my 7th solo album, on that day, I did look at my subscriber count and my view numbers, and I felt bad about them, and I felt bad about myself. And I started thinking, well, it must be me. There must be something wrong with me. Something is stopping my videos from even being suggested to people who might perhaps click on my underperforming thumbnails. And I knew I'd reached the apex of this self-pitying moment when I decided that YouTube must have shadow banned me, and that the algorithm was against me, and that I was just living in an unfair world where I was making absolutely brilliant videos and no one would ever see them because of some giant force out of my control. Yeah. I was sitting downstairs in my kitchen just now, having a little browse around on the internet, thinking about the fact that I have no video scheduled to go live at 6 p.m. today. And I had a little look at my subscriber count and my view count and whatever, and I wondered, is there any point? It's a lovely Saturday, I could just lounge about, I could work on my record, I could have some time off. There are myriad other things I could do with my time, but that's always true. Any free time we have could be used in any number of ways. So it's up to us to decide what is important to us. For some reason, making videos is important to me. I know that it is. I've decided that it is. I've been doing this since 2002, not a typo. I've been sharing videos on YouTube since 2007, first on my old channel and then on this one since 2020. And you know what? I'm not trying to be a YouTube celebrity. I'm not trying to be a celebrity of any kind. I am just trying to make things I care about. I want to communicate with people. I'm not even trying to sell you anything. I am just being me on the internet, sharing my thoughts and my feelings and sometimes some advice, because when I was younger, I would have really appreciated hearing about the kinds of things that I now know about through trial and error over many years of releasing my own music and being a musician. And that's it. This is part of what I do. So when someone rocks up to my channel and they see fewer than 5,000 subscribers and they judge me on that, I don't judge them on the judging, but that is a small part of what I do on the internet and in the world. I am not defined by a small-ish YouTube subscriber count. And you know what? That's not even a small number. We've been conditioned to think that under 5,000 YouTube subscribers is like beginner land. If 4,000, however many people, came round my house, that would be terrifying, first of all. Okay, let's get this fewer than 5,000 people out of my street and we'll put them in a music venue somewhere and I'll go and play a gig to them. That would be great. But also, that's a huge amount of people to play a gig to. I've talked recently on this channel about manifesting and just generally trying to dream bigger and then work back from my big dreams to figure out what I need to do in the real world to get towards those lofty goals. And the main one I've shared with you is me performing to a sold-out audience at Shepherd's Bush Empire in London. That's a 2,000 capacity venue. I have 4,500-ish YouTube subscribers. That's a lot of people. And so a couple of weeks ago, when I was ill and depressed and all that, and I was getting pissed off that I put a video up and 190 people watched it in like the space of a few days. That was very churlish of me and I apologise for even thinking it, because I do value every single person who clicks play on anything that I've made, who joins my mailing list to get a free 12-track album, who signs up to my correspondence club on Patreon to support the making of new music videos and everything else. And anyone who pops by, leaves a comment, clicks like, or does none of those things, but just watches and hopefully enjoys. I do appreciate every single one of you. So I'm sorry I even allowed myself to think that way for just a few minutes when I felt ill a couple of weeks ago. I'm sorry about that. I've learned my lesson on that front. And do you know what? Having very comparatively small to other huge YouTubers' views on my videos, especially in the last few weeks, has just taught me to step the back. We can only control what we choose to put out into the world, not how the world receives those things. And anyway, I'm not trying to speak to the world. I'm just trying to find like-minded people who will get some value out of the things that I have decided to share. And I always try to share things that do have some value to the kinds of people who would find value in them. So it's basically all fine, isn't it? And I just wanted to make this video today because I do like the fact that I've been posting every week and I do want to keep doing that. And the main driver of that has always been to just see what kinds of videos I'll be making in a year if I keep making them. Because I spent years regretting stopping vlogging on my first YouTube channel, my She Makes War YouTube channel. And it's very sad to regret things that you can control. I can control whether or not I make and post a video. So I'm going to do that because there are enough things that are going to happen to me in life that are out of my control that I'm going to have to deal with. I just don't want to make my life more difficult for my own self by just going, oh no, I'm just going to, refresh Instagram again instead of coming up here and having this conversation with this lovely big cup of tea. I feel better. I hope you feel better. I would really love to hear in the comments what you're working on at the moment, or what you're not working on at the moment but you want to be, or what you think you want to work on, or what you regret not working on. Any of those things, just let me know. We are all in the same boat here. We are animals dressed in clothes, trying to do our best in the world. We have bad days sometimes, and hopefully we can pick ourselves up and keep moving forward. I'm really glad we had this chat because now I get to go over there and quickly edit this so that you can watch it at tea time. These names going down the screen now, these are my Correspondence Club members. Thank you so much to every single one of you for being part of this beautiful online community. And whether or not your name's on this list, you are very welcome to subscribe to this channel, and I will see you with a new video next week. Take care, get some free music below, and I'll see you soon.